Hello, this is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network, and I want to share with you today, I think, something that's very important, and that is if you want to be successful in life, you have to look critically at the messages you tell yourself. We've spoken in other clips about communication. We spoke about it, and I want to focus in on this a little bit. I found in life that there's a lot of generally held common knowledge, things that are axiomatic, things that people say that are just generally held wisdom. It's completely not true. And people say all this stuff out there that's just generally held wisdom, and it's totally false. Today, I typed into my phone a couple examples of these. I want to share with you the superficial, false stuff people accept as like dogma, and I'm telling you, it's not making your life any better to hear this stuff. Okay, here's 3 examples. I was thinking of it today. Number 1, I heard these in the last couple of days. People say, oh, you know, in life, you learn more from your mistakes and failures than your successes. You heard that one before? I heard that one. I heard it a few days ago. You learn more from your failures and successes. Okay, let's put on our brains for a moment. Okay, is that true? You know what I think about that? If that would be true, the people who've messed up the most in life, the criminals, the wife beaters, the killers, the people in prison, right? Those people would be the wisest in society, you know, because you learn most from your mistakes, you know? And then the people who've been successful with their families, with their businesses, with their careers, with their households, stuff like that, oh, those would be the people from whom you could learn the least. Because, you know, after all, you learn the most from your failures and mistakes, you know? Who said that's true, okay? I don't think that's true, because they make a lot of those mistakes and they keep going. So think about that, you know? I mean, people say these things like these platitudes. Oh, it's not even worth anything. That's one example. I'll give you another one. How about this one? I heard this one the other day from a person who's single and trying to meet their spouse, and the dating ain't going well, okay? So what do they say? With each failure, you're getting that much closer to success. Isn't that true, Rabbi Bregman? No, it ain't true. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Really? Is that true? With each failure, you're getting much closer to your success? That could only be true if you understand why you're failing and you're tweaking things and improving. I'll give you an example. Let's say I walk over to your home with your permission, and you tell me, hey, Rabbi, I gave you the key, open my door. So I take the key, I try to jam it in, it's not working. I take that key again, same key, and I stick it, it's not working. Well, with each failure, you're getting that much closer to success. Really? Is that how it is? Not necessarily. If you're not using the right key, or you're not changing the keys you're using, and in different circumstances, it could be the tools, the approaches, the techniques, the stuff you bring to the table. You're not upgrading your game in life, okay? It doesn't matter how many attempts you make, because you know what? It ain't going to work. It's not going to work. It's not true. You know, with each failure, you're getting closer to success. That's if you're actually, with wisdom, changing something as you go. Otherwise, not going to happen. It's amazing, the stuff people say, okay? And I see this with the people that I help through the JELN and my shidduch and dating service, and people I privately mentor and I coach through that. You know, it's not true. With each failure, you're getting closer. No, somebody has to help you understand what we need to change and upgrade and fix to get you to the finish line. Otherwise, it's the opposite. With each failure, you're becoming more disappointed. You're becoming more burnt out and disappointed and have less hope that you're ever going to get what you want. I don't think you're closer to success. If you don't change and fix things, you know what? You're getting further from where you want to be, not closer. I'll give you one more, and I think I'm making sense. These are things people say all the time. Is commonly held wisdom? Ridiculous, okay? Here's another one I heard the other day. One of the most important traits in life is integrity. Integrity. It might be the most important trait in life. Let's say you're looking for a spouse. I want a person with integrity. So I was thinking about it. What's integrity? So my definition of integrity, and a lot of dictionaries would say like this, it's a positive trait, and it means that a person rigidly adheres to his or her principles. I have a principle, and I rigidly adhere to it. I'm with it. But guess what? That's very nice. You rigidly adhere to your principles, and you want to find a spouse who has integrity. Well, guess what? What if you have the wrong principles, okay? What if you have the wrong principles? You think it's okay to lie if you're going to make money. It's okay to hurt people as long as you're climbing to the top. If a person has the wrong values and the wrong beliefs, who cares if you rigidly and consistently and with focus you adhere to those principles, because they're dumb principles, okay? So a person can have integrity within their set of beliefs with the wrong beliefs. You're gonna marry a horrible person. You know, you're gonna bring into your business a horrible person. So think about it. Not enough just to have integrity and you hold to what you believe and you stick with it all the time. Make sure you're believing the right thing. So what do I want from this clip? My point is, if you want to be successful in life, don't just believe the blah, 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 blah stuff you hear out there. You know, average people say average things. People that are not successful generally accept this common wisdom, and they just run with it. And all I'm asking of you is pay critical attention to the stuff you believe, the stuff you hear, the stuff that people accept as commonly held wisdom, and you'll find that a lot of the people that are spouting that wisdom are not very successful, and they don't really have much to show for it. But don't worry, you're sticking with these nice platitudes because it makes them feel good, okay? Guess what? Not necessarily. Use your brain, think about it. Doesn't necessarily make sense. This is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman of the Jewish Executive Learning Network. Hope you liked today's clip and these clips connected to success. Hopefully having a positive impact on you, giving you some food for thought. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I hope you have a question. You can send me an email directly, director@jeln.org. Love to hear from you. Have a great day.